Not sure what to create your course on? Or maybe you're not sure if you're even qualified to talk about the subject. Or if you are, maybe you're afraid that after putting in all of the work to create that course, that what if nobody buys it? At the end of this video, you'll walk away with my foolproof formula for coming up with a profitable course idea that you not only love to teach, but it helps your audience achieve a big win in a big way, and a course that is super profitable. For the best course creation and digital marketing advice for your online course business, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell button to be notified every Friday when I post a new video. My name is Brie Kirbyson, and I have used this exact formula to grow my own course business to over $25,000 in profits. And I blog all about course creation and course marketing over at my blog, courseboss.co. But now it is your turn. Step one in coming up with a profitable course idea is to determine, is this something that I am good at, that I have experience with, or that I know a little bit more than the average person? Now, here's what you do. Get out your pen and paper and start a list of every single thing you can think of that you have a lot of experience with, whether that is on the job or for fun, things that you are good at, things that you know, anything. Write them all down. Now, the key point here is that nothing is too small or insignificant or stupid, right? These are all ideas. We're doing a huge brain dump here of all the things that you're good at and that you know about, so you have a good list to pull from later. In the next steps, we'll be narrowing things down and figuring out which of those are the best ideas to make a course on. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions is that you have to be an expert in order to have a good online course. Now, I want to dispel that myth before we go any further, because it is simply not true. Now, basically, all you have to know is more than your audience. So if you are an intermediate at something, say it's knitting, as long as you are better than the beginners in that space, you can teach. It's actually oftentimes better for somebody who has gone through those pain points and those struggles that a beginner has. Somebody that has recently struggled with them themselves is much better at addressing those pain points than somebody who is at the top of their game and that have been doing this forever and kind of forget what it's like as a beginner and what things held them back when they were first starting. And if you're having trouble with this step, consider, what do you have experience with on the job? What do you have experience with in your personal life that you do for fun? And what things do your friends and family tell you that you're good at? What do you receive the most compliments on? These are often really, really good choices to consider when making a course, because you have outside validation that you are actually an expert in those things. So step two of coming up with a profitable course idea is to ask, is this topic something that my audience struggles with? Is it a pain point that they are desperate to solve? Now, in addition to being something that you are knowledgeable about and that you are good at, it also needs to address your audience's pain points and help them overcome a pain or struggle so they can achieve a goal or a dream that they have been chasing for a long time. Now, these pain points and struggles should be common to a large portion of your audience if you want to have a successful and profitable course. Now, the best way to determine if your idea is hitting this point is to ask yourself, is it a painkiller or a vitamin? Now, a vitamin is something that is nice to have. It might make their life a little bit better, but there's no real driving force making them say, I need this and I need it right this second. Now, a painkiller is something that does that. So if you have a headache, do you go take a vitamin so you don't get headaches in the future, or do you go take an Advil? Most people are going to reach for that Advil so they can get rid of their headache right now. So you want your course topic idea to be something that your audience is desperate or hungry to solve as soon as possible, because those are going to be the most profitable course ideas. Now, the absolute best courses are all painkillers. So what the next step is to go through your list that you generated in step 1 of all those things that you're good at and put them through the painkiller vitamin filter. So next to each one, label, is this a painkiller or is it a vitamin? Now, you're going to be eliminating anything that is a vitamin because, as I said, the best courses are painkillers, and if your course idea is a vitamin, you probably want to pick something else because it's not going to be powerful enough to generate a consistent and high profit. Now, comment below and tell me, what is your course idea, and do you consider it a vitamin or a painkiller? Is it something that is nice for your audience to have, or is it a problem that they need to solve right this second? Step number 3 is to determine, is this a profitable course idea? Now, this is a huge point that comes up again and again for potential course creators, in that they're afraid that they're going to create this course, they're going to spend all that time and all that effort creating it, only to find out that nobody buys it. So this step is crucial in avoiding that, so you can walk into the course creation process absolutely sure that people are going to buy this after you create it. Now, I've got 2 methods for you to determine what this is, so pick one and execute, and you can walk into your course creation process knowing that you'll have a profitable course. Method number 1 is to find out if your target audience is already buying things in order to solve the problem that your course solves. So are they already spending money on things like coaching, on products, on software, on apps, any of those things? Are they spending money to solve this problem? So you can find that out by going to Google, to Amazon, to Facebook groups, even niche specific Facebook groups. Go to these places and see what kind of products and services are showing up. If there is a lot, if there are competing products, if there are other people selling things to making money in this space, then you're golden. Method number 2 is to see, are there competitors in this space? So contrary to what most people believe, it is actually a good thing if there are competitors. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be courses. It could be coaching, it could be products that address and solve the problem that your course will solve. But it is a very good thing if there are competitors. Now, if there are no competitors, you might want to reconsider your course idea, because that is usually a sign that there isn't a market for this idea and for solving this problem. So after you've put through method 1 and method 2, you know there's competitors, you know people are spending money to solve this problem, then you are good to go. So you have now done 3 things. In step number 1, you determined that it is an idea that you are knowledgeable about and that you're qualified to teach. Step number 2, we determined that this is a pain or a problem that your audience is hungry to solve. And in step number 3, we determined that your course idea is going to be a profitable one. So you can put those all together. When you have an idea that checks all 3 boxes, you're good. You have an amazing course idea to move forward with in order to create. Now, if you have more than one idea at the end of this process, I have to suggest that you just simply go with your gut. Choose which of those that you would most enjoy creating, that you know there's an audience for, and what you're most comfortable with. It's completely up to you. So if you go through this entire process, you should have at least one profitable course idea. But it's not quite time to create that course yet. There's actually a few more steps that you need to complete before you can be sure your idea is going to fly, that it's going to sell, and that it's going to be a successful use of your time and effort. So click the link in the description to get my profitable course idea starter kit, which walks you through the entire process we just talked about here, plus how to validate your course idea and pre-sell it before you even spend 1 second building it. That way you will walk into the course creation process being absolutely sure that it's going to sell because you will have already sold it. Also, if you want to join a community of like-minded entrepreneurs and course creators just like you, I'd like to invite you to join my exclusive free Facebook group, Course Boss Club. Inside, I'll be sharing my best tips and tricks for creating and marketing and selling your online course so you can be a successful course creator as well. You can join the group by clicking the link in the description below. Check out these videos next if you want to learn more about creating and marketing your online course. And if you like this video, hit the like, hit subscribe, and share this with your friends who would also benefit.